Hello guys, welcome back to the channel once more. My name is Adam. In today's video, we are going to talk about the Black Stars' possible lineup to face off with Money. And I'm just going to focus on the midfield because I believe that is where most of our problems come from. But before we jump into it, Thomas Partey has a message for all Ghanaians. Let's check it out.
Hello, this is Thomas Partey. I want to call everyone to come to Kumasi. We're playing against Central African Republic. We want your support and I hope we get it. Thank you.
So guys, that is from Thomas Partey. He says that when they return back from Mali, the game against Central African Republic, Ghanaians should troop to Kumasi Baba Yara Sports Stadium to support the Black Stars. But guys, quickly, let's jump into it. Aside from the midfield, other positions in the Black Stars, I think they are okay and it's easy to predict. But then we have a problem with the Black Star midfield, and that is what I want to talk about. Looking at the training Black Star did here in Ghana, if you look at the way they were outlined, you know that Otuado wants to play a 4-3-3, which can also be a 4-2-3-1 formation. And we want to take a look at the midfield, either a 3-man midfield or a 4-man midfield. Normally, Otuado would love to go with the 3-man midfield because he used it during the World Cup in 2022. So one player as the base in the midfield, another player to play as a box-to-box, and then another player to even take the role as a creative player within the team. So a 3-man midfield, that is what Coach Otuado wants to do. And if you take a look at the call-ups, he gave call-ups to a lot of midfielders. Some of the players, we don't even want them in the Black Star squad. The likes of Edmond Ado are part of the midfielders he called up. Elisha Owusu, Abu Francis, Kudus, Partey. Salis Abdul Samed, the list goes on. But we want to take a look at how these midfielders are supposed to shape up in their roles. Now let's talk about the base. If you take a look at the training Otuado did here in Ghana before traveling to Mali, you could see he wants to use Salis Abdul Samed as the base, as the number 6 of the Black Stars. Now, the number 6, your job is very simple. Yours is to distract the player of the opponent, yours to do the dirty work. But then one thing Otuado wants to also do is that when you retain possession, when you're able to get possession from your opponent, you don't just play the ball, you pass. So he needs a DM who knows how to pass. And from the training they did here in Ghana, you could see he wants to go in the direction of Salis Abdul Samed. The other midfielders who can play that number 6 roles. We have Edmond Ado who can play that number 6 role. Elisha Owusu can play that number 6 role. Even Abu Francis can play the number 6 role. And also Ibrahim Sulemana of Cagliari. Trust me, he plays number 6 role in the Italian Serie A and he's just one of the best. So Otuado is looking at his option and he wants to go with a player he knows, a player he has used before in that particular 3-man midfield. So he's going to go with Salis Abdul Samed to play that number 6. And once again, his job is to distract the opponent, to give passes whenever he retains possession, and make sure that he is the first line of defense whenever Ghana is playing against Mali. Now let's move on to the next position, which is the number 8. Now, Otuado wants the number 8 to play as a box-to-box, meaning when we are playing offensively, when we have the ball and we are attacking, the number 8 needs to join in and give numbers. When we are defending, he also needs to come back and help the midfielders so that we can have 2 pivots when we are defending. So you see that you are playing 2 pivots, 2 DMs when you are defending. That is the job of the number 8, to play as a box-to-box. And he wants Thomas Partey to play that role. Thomas Partey is one person that when you talk about Thomas Partey's greatest ability is passing. In fact, short passes and long passes are Thomas Partey's specialty. And that is what the coach wants to do. Now, the coach also wants to play from the back. So if you take a look at their training, they play from the back, pass amongst themselves, and then build up play. And that is what the coach wants to do. So Thomas Partey would have to go back deep into defense and pick the ball from the defenders, either the number 2 or the number 3, or probably the center backs, and progress the ball forward. That is what Otuado wants to do. That is the job of Thomas Partey. So Thomas Partey needs to play the role of the number 8, taking the ball and transitioning the ball from the middle to forward. He's a ball carrier. We have seen him do it several times with Arsenal, and we believe he can do it with the Black Stars. That is what Otto Addo wants from the number 8. That is what he wants from Thomas Partey, to be able to give incisive passes, defense-breaking passes. That is what Otto Addo wants from Thomas Partey. Not only that, Otto Addo also wants Thomas Partey to be at a section outside the 18-yard box of the opponent. Now, normally, the last 2 seasons for Arsenal, Thomas Partey scored some few goals, and most of the goals he scored were outside the 18-yard box, and that is what Otto Addo wants to do. That Thomas Partey should always locate himself outside the 18-yard box just in case of any rebounds. When there are any rebounds, Thomas Partey should try those long shots. One of those shots was what gave us the tickets to the World Cup, and Otto Addo wants to try that formula once more. Now, let's talk about the number 10 position, where Mohammed Kudus definitely is going to play. But then there are other players in the Black Stars who I believe can equally play in that particular number 10 position. But Mohammed Kudus is there looking at what he has done for West Ham in the previous season. The goals he scored, the assist he gave. So I believe Mohammed Kudus is going to start. And these are his instructions per the training I saw in Ghana before they traveled. Otto Addo wants, Mohammed Kudus to be more creative. Now, Otto Addo also has given Mohammed Kudus the license to go forward, the license to move from that number 10 position and exchange with the wingers. Now, we saw Mohammed Kudus in West Ham play multiple positions as a number 10, as a left winger, as a right winger, even as a false 9. And that is what Otto Addo wants to incorporate. Give him the license to switch with other players and play other position. That way the opposition would be so confused. 1, 2, Mohammed Kudus should be creative. Mohammed Kudus should not waste too much time on the ball. Now, Mohammed Kudus' football has really matured ever since he started playing for West Ham. He's very decisive. He knows when to dribble and when to pass. And that is what the coach is asking from him. His decision-making needs to be on point. He needs to get our creative spark when we are playing. He doesn't need to drop too deep into the midfield. That is the job for Thomas Partey and Salis. He needs to stay forward where with the offensive numbers. He needs to be with the wingers and also the forwards to give us offensive numbers so that when he gets the ball, he can distribute it or probably, take responsibility. And if there's a chance, he needs to score. Now, we saw Mohammed Kudus score a very beautiful solo goal against Freiburg in the Europa League. Otto Addo is giving Mohammed Kudus that license to dribble, to be able to take chances and also score goals. At the AFCON, 2 goals Mohammed Kudus scored, they were all outside the 18-yard box. Mohammed Kudus has been given the license to shoot from that region. So if you see within the game against Mali, Mohammed Kudus shooting from outside the 18-yard box, there are instructions the coach has given him because of what he has done in the previous game for Ghana. So guys, this is how the midfield is going to shape in. Number 6, Salis Abdul Samed. Number 8, Thomas Partey. Number 10, we have Mohammed Kudus. And I believe that is what is going to happen. I believe it is one of the positions that in the Black Stars that is giving a lot of headache. That midfield position gives the Black Stars a lot of headache because if it doesn't go well, the whole team is disorganized and then we start conceding goals. We need to get it done and get it done right. But guys, this is my own takes on what Otto Addo expects from these midfielders. Thomas Partey, Kudus, Salis Abdul Samed. Let me know your thoughts about it down below in the comments. Thanks for joining me. My name is Adam. I'll bring you more tomorrow. I'll see you in the next video. Charlie, we go vibe.